Welcome back to another episode of the GTR podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Payton, and I got my boy Alex right here. Go ahead, Alex, take it away.
What is up, you guys? Today is the. I'm remembering to lead off with this. Today is it's 12:14 a.m. for me. Um, it is the 17th of July, 2023. Sorry about the last bit of a delay. I was not in Vegas. I don't like Vegas, just as a note. But Dan was in Vegas for Summer League.
Well,
Um, so we're gonna be going over probably some minor parts of free agency, some summer league stuff, and we're just gonna for summer league we're just gonna try to go over more of the talking points and uh, get some of the talking points, and then we've got three rookies each, three not rookies, but just guys that impressed us in summer league. Not sure if we'll have overlap. We'll see,
no,
but
I doubt it.
we'll see. Um, and obviously, we're going to go over our own teams during our own team summer league performances. So yeah, let's lead off with literally the morning after we recorded the fucking that was early. That didn't take long.
All right,
Um
go ahead.
the literally the morning after we recorded, the report came out that Dame asked for a trade. And are we surprised?
Oh, you know what? Shout out to Dame real quick. Shout out to Dame. Dame, shout out to you because you got your boy Jeremy Grant a bag before you left,
Oh
and
yeah,
that respect because Detroit Jeremy Grant. So that's respect all the way. Uh,
Jeremy Grant's awesome.
yeah, Jeremy Grant, awesome. Hey, yo, Dame, it's sunny over here in Miami, baby. It's summer. It's sunny all the
He
time.
wants to go. Now, let me just say, I'm going to point out a couple of things. I want to see him in Miami. I like from a basketball perspective. I want to see him in Miami. Dan, calm the hell down. Um, uh, from a basketball perspective, that'd be cool. Now, the whole thing about him being like, "I'm going to Miami and only Miami." Yes, he deserves to be rewarded for his loyalty, but kind of the way he's been going about it has been really pissing me off. So,
Explain.
like, I get it, but I'm also like, you can go about this a bit better. You can tell he's like, I don't know how to do this trade thing. I'm too loyal to the grind.
I'm not mad at it because, like you said, he did give loyalty to Portland, and he
Yeah.
even had a chance again in free agency, and they went to go get Jeremy Grant that bag, which is a overpay. But you could have got better. You could have got better for real. For
I don't think it's a bad overpay, just because, like, you look at the percentage of the cap, it's not horrific,
real. Okay,
but it's more than he's worth.
way more than he's worth. Like way more.
He's
But
like, I'd have been comfortable giving him like 3 years 75,
3 years 75.
4 years 100, maybe.
I would have given him 4 years 120.
That's a lot, but that's still fair. And 4 years 120, that's like 5 mil a year more than I'm saying. So,
I'll give him 4 years 120.
but even
Uh,
then, he's doing like not much more than what you said, just add a year. But even then, he's what, 28, 29?
yeah, 28, 29. The only
We
reason
already
why,
talked about the Jeremy Grant thing.
yeah,
We already did. Point being, there's that, and then there's also the James Harden
I,
accepting his player option and requesting a trade. Both of them, I feel like with the Dame thing and Harden, I just want it to be over, man.
mhm.
I
it,
really do.
we've been going on about it too long. Uh,
Yeah. This We're obviously the last people who have talked about it. Um, so we're gonna keep this short too because we don't have much to add. No one really does because the initial shock is more than over, and I feel like so many people were over it anyway. Like even when it was announced, like I know I've been kind of over it. I'm glad Dame finally asked out. Harden's interesting because I don't know what that trade looks like, but
they both need to be out of their respective places. I can say this though, the shock will come back when Dame is actually traded and we're done with it.
Definitely.
The shock will come back. You got to see what team and what is given up for him. I'm like, where else are you gonna go for real, to be like to win a chip? Like, where else are you gonna go that you have proven that you're not that guy when it comes to
He
winning?
makes so much money, and I don't know who needs like a last. I
Unless
would hate it. I would hate it if you went to Minnesota.
okay,
I don't know what that trade looks like.
all right.
So I'm just spitballing, but no rebuilding teams, please no. None of the Texas teams make sense.
You know what?
Trump carry more.
I'm thinking, but I doubt it's gonna happen. Take him
Yeah,
to Philly. Take him to not Philly. Sorry. Take him to the Pelicans. Take him to New
I
Orleans.
think that'd be cool.
That'd be
And
cool.
they got a lot of picks to give up.
Yeah, and you still
I think that'd be cool. That might be a lot of he's not an off-ball dude, and
yeah.
that's taking touches away. But at the same time, we cannot trust Zion's health at all. So
And I like a pairing of Harden, Ingram, and Zion. And you'll move, of course, you move like CJ and Picks and probably Dyson in that a little bit more, but you can get creative with it. You can get creative.
And if it listen, a trade has to make you uncomfortable. Otherwise, it's not realistic. So you brought up Dyson, that makes me uncomfortable, which means that's actually probably better. I would think they go more the route of like not Jonas Valanciunas, but like they do. Is Larry Nance still there, or where did he sign?
He's not there no more.
Where the fuck did he go?
Off the top, I forgot. But I'll say like a Dyson Daniels, CJ McCollum, Herb Jones, like
No, they don't do Herb. I don't. They're doing. They would do either Herb Jones or Dyson Daniels, not both.
they'll do both because you just got Jordan Hawkins and you still got Trey, not Trey, Murphy. You still got
Trey
Murphy.
Murphy. Trey Murphy's awesome, just as a note.
Yeah.
I listened to his pod with JJ Redick's pod with Trey
Mm-hmm.
Murphy again. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
It's fun.
Anyway, um,
But that's it. That's the two things I can think of.
yeah, I don't hate I wouldn't hate Miami either.
Harden to Miami, I will hate that. I will hate that.
No, of course you would, but it kind of just makes sense a little bit. He doesn't fit Heat culture, so you take, but fit wise, just in a vacuum, it makes sense.
Sure, but we got Dame out there, so let's go get Dame before we go
We'll
get
see.
Harden.
We'll see.
But
We'll see how that goes.
uh, is it crazy that I might overreact about Summer League?
Yes, you are crazy for it.
Oh man,
Just as a quick note, I don't remember what trades we last. So campaign went to San Antonio.
yep, San Antonio
There's
for
some seconds.
some cash.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Um,
Bull got signed too.
oh, just as a full shout out, did we talk about Austin Reeves? Yeah,
Yes, we did.
we talked about that. That was an underpay.
That was an overpay, but crazy.
For Austin Reeves?
Yeah, he's not that guy.
I know he's not that guy. But 4 years, 56 is for a guy that can shoot and dribble is
He's gonna
good
get more
value.
attention, and you're gonna see like, oh my god, he's really like not that great.
I think you're thinking too much about you're thinking Duncan Robinson, but I feel like there's not a single other than maybe shooting. But even then, Austin Reeves was on something. I don't I
He's
don't
gonna
know a thing that
be the game plan for him now. Like we've seen this magical season from him. Now you're gonna
of course, but then you can that opens up stuff for other guys.
like
And
who?
I think that is such a small contract. I love that deal.
It's cool. It's a cool contract. I'm not gonna say overpay. Overpay was a little pushing it, but it's a cool contract.
I'm surprised. I think that's actually probably more where he's worth. I'd go up to like 4 years 60 4 years, 65 or something. But I'm surprised he didn't get more than that.
15 mil a year, I can see him worth that. So yeah, I can agree. Actually, I'll say that. I'll say that.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to bring up, it crossed my mind. Man, it just crossed.
Mhm.
This is for you actually. Jalen Brown didn't sign an extension yet. Like, what's going on? What's going on?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
really don't know. Um, and I'm very much like I don't know whether I'd want that extent him to sign that or not
Mm-hmm.
because I have no idea. Um, yeah,
You don't
no
know.
clue.
Okay, I'm
'Cause
just.
I think it is a lot of the numbers getting to me because the cap is increasing like
Yeah.
10% for the next several years.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that is a lot of money for a guy who can't dribble a basketball.
70 million for the last year. It's a disgusting number.
That is insane. Now, once again, that is just how the money that in a few years that'll look more realistic, like not realistic, reasonable, I should say.
Mhm.
But it's still, man, that's something. Anyway, you got that. LA, I think we both agree, like the Lakers are one of the biggest winners of the offseason
Yeah, yeah. I can't
because
even
they
get
had some
this.
awesome guys. They drafted. I'm not big on Hood for them.
I'm not
Um,
with Shafino
and
at
you
all.
said you don't like him straight up.
He's
They did draft what's his name out of Pepperdine.
Max Lewis? Nah, I'm a fan of Max Lewis.
I love Max. I love Max Lewis for them. Um,
Max.
sorry, love Max Lewis for them. And then they also signed. Didn't they also draft Bryce Sensabaugh?
No, no.
Where'd he go?
He went to Utah. He went to the Utah.
Utah. I'm an idiot.
But
So,
I just don't like. I just don't see where Hood Shafino fits. I really
no,
don't.
I don't either.
He don't play.
Um, not for them. But what I do like also, I do like the Jackson Hayes on a minimum, Cam Reddish on a minimum. Doesn't
Yeah,
hurt.
bring by D'Angelo Russell for no reason. But
Because it's not like they paid D'Lo that much. It
why
is a tradable contract.
why did you have JHS at that point? But,
I don't
Lakers,
know.
Lakers will Lake.
It doesn't hurt that much. I'll be real, but I don't
Man,
know.
another extension that I'm liking, and this is gonna be the bias of me. I'm liking Isaiah Stewart extension, 4 years,
Oh
six.
no, I love it.
I love it. What's great
Straight
about
up.
it? It's a team option on the last, and I think it's a team option on the last. And talking about mid-level exceptions, I think not what next year that's going to be. He's going to be like $1,000 over the mid-level exception deal. So that's great. That's great. That's great. Something crazy like 0.01% over the mid-level exception. So that for me is great.
Just think of it like he signed for the mid level
Mm,
and just extended over what 4 years. Cool.
I
That's
love
what he's worth.
love it. And then if he gets,
Um,
which I think he will, that's even a steal of a contract. Now that's a steal of a contract.
it can end up being a steal. And
Mm,
worst case scenario, it's a little bit of an overpay, but it's not like anything significant. And it just further now, in fairness, that contract does like further prove Bagley's out.
Yep.
And
What's
I
not
don't think anyone I don't think anyone can complain about that. Let's be real.
happy as hell. Happy.
Man, I wasn't that mad at the contract last year. And then you guys went and traded for freaking
James Wiseman, all the two.
which summer league. That was rough. There was not now Jalen Duran. Obviously, I didn't like the well. He showed he can dribble a basketball, but
Watch what you say about my boy
he's
Durant.
very much black hole. When he would drive, it was a black hole.
Ooh,
Jalen Duren. When he would drive from the top of the key, it was a black hole.
don't disrespect, boy.
But he was also awesome.
Okay,
The
that's what
three went in. He made some jumpers.
got in his KD. I know you've seen the KD, but has he tween bucket that KD bag? He got in that KD bag. Don't let him KD bag, boy. Don't.
He was awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, he was awesome. Shout out to oh my God, there's another trade. I'll have to just remind me in a few minutes. Um
Bobo got signed by Phoenix.
yeah. Which means I have to like Phoenix now.
Phoenix is really kind of cooking. They're kind of cooking.
I mean, in fairness, there's no real reason for me to dislike them anymore. There never really was. I just didn't like them. And I still don't really. And I don't know why.
Hater gang.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I'll be like honest about them. Like, I think they're gonna be cool. A report came out that what's his face? Beal is gonna be the point guard.
Which I like.
Me too. He was really improving his point guard skills in his last couple of years in Washington after Russ left. So that was cool. What was I gonna say? What's his name? You guys drafted him 25th. Marcus Sasser. Shout out to him. He dropped 40 today, or technically yesterday.
League high, baby. 40 ball, them boys.
Shout out to him. He's awesome. Let's go over to.
He was kind of trash.
Before we keep going over Detroit, let's just go over Grant Williams sign and trade. Grant Williams to Dallas.
I wanted Grant Williams so bad. Grant Williams is going to be great. It's going to be great for Dallas.
Dallas has done some really good stuff. Obviously, it's still going to take a bit for Derek Lively to just show up, but I think once he does this year or next year, it's going to be awesome for them.
Mm-hmm. I think Dallas offseason this season.
What's up?
I think you know how you said the Lakers had the best offseason? I gotta give it to Dallas actually. Really thinking about
Dallas is definitely up there. Because they knew the assignment and they did an awesome job. Olivier Maxence Prosper. On our pre-draft pod, I said Oliver, and I said Olivier. Then no, he's not French. It's Oliver. He's French Canadian. Alex, that was really dumb. Olivier Maxence Prosper. He's awesome.
They just said we're going to buff up our defense.
Thank goodness.
They're going to be perfect at that forward. They don't have to run. Dwight Powell no more.
Thank God.
Cleveland doesn't have to be there for anymore. Like Grant Williams at that 4 position is going to be so good. Oh, and then Derek Lively.
That's so they got Kyrie, who has shot over. He's had 50, 40, 90 seasons. Luka, who's a fantastic 3-point shooter off the dribble. Who's playing the 3 for them?
Josh Green.
Josh Green, who's a good shooter.
And a good defender.
They got Grant Williams, who can shoot mid-40s. Then Derek Lively at the center.
Yeah, Derek Lively.
That's fine.
I like it.
I'd want to see him eased in like what the Pistons did with Duren last year, where they more eased him in, but it doesn't hurt.
And I think they didn't get Matisse.
Who the hell did we get? Obviously O'Shea Brissett, but I'm trying to think of who we got in that trade. Unless we just got seconds, but
y'all got seconds.
Which means honestly, we have so many seconds now. So I think we're just gonna end up putting Malcolm Brogdon and seconds in a package and get something good.
Your starting point guard.
Please.
Point guard.
I still want DeJounte. I still want DeJounte Murray.
I don't know how y'all get DeJounte.
I don't know either.
Uh,
Brogdon and picks.
hey,
I don't know. Let's keep going over Detroit though, and then we'll move on to Boston, and then we'll go over. Let's go over like the top whatever picks, and then we'll just pick out our guys. Detroit. Who else? Summer League. Duran was awesome. Asar Thompson was pretty freaking cool.
he was him. Oh man.
Good. Obviously, the shooting is.
I'll speak on Asar when we get to our three rookies. No, our three summer league standouts, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Asar was really cool. The second that shot, his shot's not as. What's it? James Edwards had a really good explanation. It's like actually like technically a good jump shot. It just doesn't look comfortable.
mm-hmm.
So if the second he gets more comfortable and he'll add his own, everyone adds their own like little things to their jump shot.
Yeah. It's
And
just
once he does, I'm sure he'll be awesome.
The last Piston thing I can think of right now is Troy did an interview recently, and they were talking about Cade and saying he's ready to go for 5v5 clearance.
Good.
We knew he was ready, but having that confirmation just
really helps.
Really
and
helped.
Cade's gonna be so. My thought now is with all the offseason moves, Killian's out.
No, I doubt
Killian
that.
is out.
Killian, you said Killian.
Killian's out.
I doubt that 100%. I doubt that 100%. I can tell you, Killian will be here at the beginning of the season and probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's there at the beginning of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not. I wouldn't be surprised if he is. I'd say 35% chance he gets traded by the start of the season, but the chances he stays with the team after his rookie deal.
I see him staying. I like a lot. Even though we picked up Monte Morris, I don't think Sasser will get as much burn as people think.
No, not yet, but by the end of the season, I think.
I doubt that. And Troy, and the reason why I'm saying that is Troy said he really wants to see what give Killian a chance with the new coaching and the roster, because he said Killian didn't have anything really off the second unit because
that's fair.
Yeah, so I doubt that he's gone before deadline. I doubt that.
That's a fair point. Bagley, we've known. And honestly, I think James Wiseman could probably be out.
I'll see James Wiseman just because he's not as bad. He's bad, don't get me wrong. But at worst, he's still a solid drop coverage big. He's better than that.
He's still a good defense. Like, he blocked some freaking shots.
He's Bagley in drop coverage, and that's all I can see him being. Wiseman is a drop coverage big who can do solid drop coverage and just show off athleticism. But besides that, I don't know.
He can't shoot. His jump shot looks hideous.
It's just
because all I can think about, it's like, other than blocking shots, Duran does everything so much better.
Yeah.
Like, literally, and I think the best example of that is like Wiseman airballing a corner three, and then from that same corner, not long later, Duran hits a three, and like, that was the moment I'm like, yeah, James Wiseman is out.
Duran just
maybe not out because Troy does like going after his guys, but
Duran is just does everything better, processes the game better.
Yeah.
Which makes him automatically better than Wiseman.
Yeah. Jalen Duran's just awesome.
We love Jalen Duran over here. We love Jalen.
We do. Um,
Go ahead.
and any other real summer league notes for you guys?
Nothing really. Shout out to I hope I say his name right. Tosan. I hope he gets that two-way. Starting power forward. I think it was 30. I think his jersey number was 39. Um, love what he did in his production. Had a plus 52 in a recent win over the Pacers. His plus minus was like plus 52 or something like that. It was crazy from what I was told. It was crazy. I think slash I want him to get that two-way. Besides that, nothing crazy over here. Nothing crazy. Ivy was cool. Yeah. I just can't wait till we get to our standouts. Because man, my standouts are.
Just quick note on Boston, JD Davidson, whatever. He was like what, pick 52 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
If he turns into something cool, if not cool, he's on another two-way deal. Although Jordan Walsh has really proven me wrong. He's been awesome. I knew he'd be a good defender. I knew he'd be smart. He processes the game well. His three's falling. Obviously, big caveat, and we'll say this about everything. It is summer league, but he shot a lot of threes.
A lot.
And he did an interview that I was relieved to hear, borderline relieved to hear. He was like, he said, I passed up a three in practice, and everyone got really mad at me. Like, hey, what are you doing? Just take that three. I'm like, yes. He needs to be given, I don't want to say given the green light, but like
the okay to shoot. The okay to shoot.
The okay, because then he overthinks and then it doesn't go well. So he's awesome. I knew I'd like him. Just not now. I knew I'd like him eventually. Just not now.
He's gonna be a great Grant Williams replacement for y'all. He's gonna be a great.
Yeah, I don't know about him at the four, but it's a little skinny, but
his defense is real.
His defense is so fucking good.
His defense is real. If that three-point shot is real, he can do a lot. He can be a better defending Grant Williams, which is a good player. Of course, the three-point shot is not going to be there, but his processing is probably better than.
He processes the game. It's not even like if he processes the game better. He's just going to be way better at attacking closeouts, just athletically.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to work.
He attacks closeouts. He is a better playmaker. He can do a little bit more with the ball. Not the three-point Grant Williams, I don't think ever will be.
We'll see about the three ball, how that turns out.
He won't ever be the Grant Williams.
No, he won't ever touch 44, 45%. But
the other things, if he's 37 with the other factors that Grant didn't have, yeah, you got a player. You got a player.
Yeah, that's a great player. Even then, like I could see him being like a Christian Brown type guy, which is just an awesome dude to have. Yeah. So, he's going to be contributing from day one. Yeah. And that I was scared he wasn't, but I'm really glad he showed that he will absolutely be contributing from day one. Other than that, let's go over some summer league guys. Let's just start off real quick with Chet. Chet looks awesome. Let's just be let's be real. Chet looks awesome.
The ones that let me disclaimer before we start our three. The ones that probably won't get mentioned is Chet, Victor, or Scoop. Because
real quick, I do want to touch on some of the top picks. Right. Just go through. Just touch on them.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying as our top three we're going to talk about more than
definitely.
Yeah. So all right, let's start with Vic then. Start with Vic real quick.
Well, real quick, Chet looks fantastic on defense. His offense leaves some room to be desired. but that's kind of what we expected. Needs a little bit of lift. James Edwards III. Listen to a lot of him. Read his stuff. One of my favorite writers for The Athletic. Point being, he did make a really good point. Good eye with like he doesn't quite get that much lift on his when he tries to score inside. He's gonna need to work on that, but that'll come with muscle. That'll come with time. That'll come with experience. He's a good player. Let's start with Victor real quick. Played 2 games. First one was a stinker, but stinker on offense, I should say. He's still a good defender.
And you wouldn't even say on offense. It was just the scoring because the playmaking. If the Spurs had better summer league players, he would have had more so than he had that game. But his playmaking really shows. Like we already know that. His defense, amazing. Of course it is.
His defense is awesome. Oh my God, Kai Jones, somewhat dunked. It was a fantastic dunk. That was awesome. But what the fuck do you expect? To say, oh my God, Wemby just got dunked on. Every single player ever, nobody ever in the history of basketball is stopping that dunk. I don't care who the hell you are.
I don't know. Prime Dwight might punch that. I'm
Prime
joking.
Dwight. Okay. Prime Dwight. Okay.
I'm joking. But that was a good dunk. But
that was a sick ass dunk.
Wemby's defense, he just showed that his recovery time and how much ground he can cover. It's like we've never seen it before.
It's just really good.
And his playmaking, like I said, they had better players on the floor. His playmaking had really, really showed up. The scoring was tough. He had to get adjusted because his season just ended not too long ago. Not too long ago. And he had to get adjusted. Because you've seen as soon as the second game hit it, he adjusted very quickly.
Definitely.
And
what helped was him having more aggression, because even in the normal season, he's not really going to have guys to set him up. He's going to have to be aggressive. And when he turned that switch on in the second game, it's awesome. His shot just wasn't falling in the first one. And I think we are going to see a lot of that. Let's just be completely real. In his rookie year, we're going to see a lot of games where the shot isn't falling. He's not the most efficient jump shooter yet. But we'll see. We'll see the flashes.
Go ahead. What caught my eye with his jump shots was he had different lifts on different parts of the floor, if that makes sense.
That happens.
Yeah. But it was like a really eye-opening one. Like 2 of the threes that he shot, one was he had more lift than the other one, and the other one he didn't come from the ground. So
yeah,
I think to get adjusted from.
And I think that's part of adjusting to the NBA line.
Mm-hmm.
So once he finds comfort with that, once he finds what's comfortable, pretty much he had that midi that was incredible.
Yeah.
His second game was just so absolutely incredibly good. And obviously San Antonio shuts him right down. They're like, okay, we got people to shut up. He's done.
Yeah.
Let's shot. And you know what? That's fair enough.
But he was awesome. He was awesome for them.
Yeah. Speaking of horrific playmaking and just a terrible summer league roster.
Oh my God.
We got Brandon Miller. I feel so bad for him. He's gonna need LaMelo so badly. Not even that's nothing against him. He's just not a guy who can create his own shot.
Man, the separation is showing. The separation that he cannot create is showing. He cannot create separation, and his strength is bad.
He cannot. Well, if you expected him to be able to really create separation in his rookie year, you're an idiot. I'm just gonna say that straight up.
Alex, you don't know how many people thought he was like that creating stuff.
He is not athletic enough to do that yet. He's going to need to develop his handle.
And then the
That
finish of the thing was, ugh,
it's and it was rough in college too.
because he doesn't
So
he doesn't have a vertical pop, and he doesn't.
not
He's
yet. No, he's got to put on some weight. He's not that like he's skinny. He's got to put on some weight. He will, and I'm sure he will be a good player. I really am sure. But he's going to struggle, especially in that summer league roster where they did not have a single good playmaker.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna
Hit
say
me with it.
they had they had Nick Smith who was solid. Nick Smith was
Nick
solid.
Smith is a good
Wait, let me finish.
creating for himself.
Nick Smith is a combo guard more than a pure point in the pure point.
He'll create for himself. He's not good at creating for others yet.
But saying he had no playmaking is kind of
He there's a reason why there was a reason why
Amari Bailey.
people were there's a reason why on Twitter people were calling their summer league roster and watching their games domestic terrorism. So
No, he wasn't. No way.
I saw some tweets. It was hilarious.
No way.
It was so funny. And they weren't wrong because that was I'm typically fine. Like I am an enjoyer of hideous basketball. Shameless enjoyer of hideous basketball. But that was disgusting. Disgusting basketball.
I gotta see this again. I gotta see.
It's from a while ago, so you're gonna have to go back. But
No, I just gotta see the roster. I just gotta see the roster again.
But Amari Bailey needs time to be expected.
I ain't gonna say that. Ooh.
He needs a sec. He had some good flashes, but he's a 2 guard for now.
That's what he is farther ahead than every other 2 guard on that team, not named Terry Rozier.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So,
and Bryce McGowan's was cool. And then who else? Nick Smith needs time. It was a lot of like, okay, these are the flashes. Okay, this is why he fell. It's kind of exactly what at least what I expected from Nick Smith. Yeah.
Nick Smith showed off that he has. I don't think it was as bad.
His touch is good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. His touch, and his handle. He gets creative. He can get creative quickly. He can get creative, which is a great and a good thing always to have. I just wish Leonard Miller did better. Personally, I just wish he had a better summer league.
Brandon
Miller. Oh my God.
You said Leonard.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get on to Leonard Miller.
Yeah.
Brandon, I do wish he had a better squad. I think he'll be good around with LaMelo. And Carey. I really do think so.
He'll be better with a better passer and a creator, like a better playmaker.
Yeah, because watching that team try to create their own shots and create for others was wholly painful. Let's move on to Scoot Henderson. Let's try to speed through these a little bit more. But this will be easier with Scoot because he played the one game, got injured, but looked absolutely amazing. Like it took about 5 minutes, and we were like, yeah, he's awesome.
It took him 5 minutes to say, yeah, he doesn't belong here. Honestly.
5 minutes, yeah, he belongs in the NBA. He's awesome.
Cool. It was awesome. You really saw the mid-range shot going, and you saw all the confidence in the world. All the confidence. He got it done on all 3 levels. There was nothing missing offensively from his game.
Like a consistent 3 ball, but once again, that develops. And if you were expecting him to, I'm gonna say this phrase many times. If you expected him to have that, that being a consistent 3 ball, you're an idiot.
Yeah, and I can say his 3 ball was kind of falling too,
It
and
was falling.
it
Yeah.
was like not just catch. He was hitting step back three confident.
Yeah.
So that just
No,
showed.
and we've seen him do that. We really have. But it's just getting the consistency. Yeah. The Blazers got a guy on their hands.
They got the as everybody say, they got the best point guard in this draft in their hands.
Oh, by an absolute mile.
Don't say that.
Nah, not by a mile. Because of the next guy we're about to talk about, Amen Thompson. Also awesome.
Also, he only played one game
didn't he have like 4 blocks in his first game or some shit?
Yeah, he only played one game, 3 steals,
Got
4.
injured, which sucked. But
you wait. Let me take this one. Hold up. Because this one's go. For everybody talking about the OTE league and saying, is he gonna translate? He's only a slasher, he's not gonna get pro. He was amazing. The defense was real. The
defense for both of the Twins. The defense is real. The finishing around the rim is real. The athleticism is real. The way they processed the game was so impressive.
Like that.
And you could always see it in Overtime Elite, and you can question the competition, but like it doesn't matter what. That freaking quote was, I think it was Troy, right?
Yes, you can. Yes, it was Troy who said, if I seen the Halle Berry quote, yeah, it was Troy. But I can say
it's one of the funniest quotes.
Goated quote. I can say
gold quote.
For people who was doubting them and saying it was OT and stuff like that, you need to look, and this is just in general, when you're looking at prospects, please look for things that translate. Look for things, you know what translate in the NBA? A quick first step. That translates anywhere you go. I go to an open run, I go to the NBA. If I have an explosive first step and you can't get in front of it, you can't stop me, guess what? It's going to translate.
It's going to translate. Now, there will be people who are able to read it slightly better, but it will still be there. And you know what'll help that first step? A jump shot.
Not even that. He doesn't even have to get a good jump shot. I can even tell you this better. If he gets better counters with his ball handling, you're gonna go under him. Guess what? He's not
any sort of resemblance of a jump shot, and it's over. It genuinely is over.
And they're not like when they go downhill, they can absorb contact. They're both 6'7" and
they're tall, and they're gonna be able to put muscle on them. They got that build. Asar was probably the better defender. He is the better shooter of the two. And his playmaking was also quite good.
Playmaking, their feel for the game
was there.
You cannot teach their feel for the game. You cannot teach it.
No, not quite as good as Amen's, but it was good.
It's like this. If Amen is right here, Asar is like right here. It's like that.
Man, the Twins look awesome.
And we got one of them too. I'm so happy.
Number 6 was Anthony Black. Just kind of what we expected. Great defender and just really, really, really smart. Not the greatest scorer, but we didn't expect that. Kind of, how many times am I going to say the word expect? But kind of what we expected.
Yeah. I think we can move on to our summer league standouts.
Well, I just want to keep going through because there's 1 or 2 guys that I'm trying to. There was 7 was Jarris Walker, Bilal Koulibaly. Sorry, 7 was actually Bilal Koulibaly.
8 Jarris.
Yeah, Bilal was cool. Jarris was I was scared Jarris was going to be a bit of a tweener.
Uh huh.
Nah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's
He, he's so smart on the floor. He's
he's
so,
awesome.
and
Um,
his defense is already in it. Like,
yeah. Who went 9? Taylor
Taylor,
Hendricks. I actually don't know if I saw him play. I
I did,
might have,
I did
but
not. I did not catch a Utah game. So I
okay. And then 10 was
no
Cason
Carl
Wallace,
Wallace. Casey Wallace, sorry. Casey Wallace, yeah.
and Cason was awesome.
Kaysen showed that he's more of an off ball. We already knew this, but he's so much better off ball than on ball.
Yeah,
So much better.
yeah. But even then, he still reads the game well. Once again. Awesome defender, and the shooting is there.
Yeah.
It really is. Obviously, the first game did make it seem like it was a big 6 makes is awesome or 7 makes, whatever. What I'm also pretty much just as impressed with is 11 attempts.
Yeah.
So that was really good. Cason Wallace is awesome. I've been saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be pretty much it. Obviously, 11 was Jet Howard. I just don't like
Jed was great.
I know, I agree, but I'm still like at 11. Are you serious?
He looked better than Grady.
Well, yeah.
Like
I just don't. I just don't know what to do with. I don't know what to make of that.
it's okay.
Anyway, let's go on to our standout guys.
You go for
Hit me with your first standout guy.
my first is I'm going home, of course, Asar. Um
Of course.
I'm not gonna spend a lot on time with it. His defense, his defense is so good. Process he as good as he is on defense, it's just seeing it. It's just seeing it, how he can process things, how he communicates, and how he just reads the defender so well. He had when we faced Toronto, he had Grady Dick in hell until he
He
left,
did.
and then Grady started going off. And when Asar went back in, that's when Grady slowed down.
Mhm.
You just see a lot of good things. You see a lot of good. So I'm not gonna spend.
Quick note on Grady Dick, real quick. Obviously, he's got to learn how to move off ball. He's got to get better at moving off ball because he's not athletic enough to create space. You got to learn how to, and he can. Not to say I'm not saying he won't, because I think he will. It's actually not that difficult of a thing to teach. It's more about like just because a lot of it is just not being still.
Mhm. Well, he didn't have the best players to move off ball
No,
with
he did not have good players around him. Let's
at all.
be
His second
fully real.
was a 5'7" point guard.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, but
Anyway, Asar was awesome. I'll go with my first guy, which this is probably gonna have overlap. Leonard Miller. How did he fall to 33?
explain
Oh, I
why.
can't hear you. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I don't know how he fell. I thought he was a first round pick. I wanted the Pistons to pick him in the first round when we traded into the first round again. But me and you talked about it on Twitter. The defense. I think his defense is already there, and you say
His
his
on-ball defense is already there, without
even
question.
off ball. I feel like yes, he's a step behind, but that step behind is still really good off
Yeah.
ball.
That step behind, and I think once he starts playing, that's gonna like look a little bit worse. But give it honestly by the end of the season, and he'll be a plus defender. Plus, not plus, but and he'll be a net even off-ball defender. Give it a year or two.
Yeah.
On ball, he's awesome. He's got all the tools, whatever. Got a good handle. Great finisher around the rim. And he processes the game well. He really does. There's so many guys in this draft that just process the game really well. yeah, there's a lot of people have already said stuff about Leonard Miller. He's really good. He just is. The jumper needs to. The jumper will come, and that's a terrifying idea.
Man, and his offense, like he was a guard before he had the big growth squirt. He was a guard, so he already has the playmaking IQ, the the feel for the game. I'm a big guy on feel and how people feel the game and has their touch and stuff like that. I'm a big guy on playmaking and having a feel for the game. His feel for the game is really good. Again, I don't know how you fell to the second. I really don't. I really don't know how he fell second round, but good job. Good job of getting him. Alex, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, sweet. Um, my second standout. My second standout. Oh man, I probably will go Anthony Black as my second standout.
That's cool. You're
Uh,
literally just going in order.
no, 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 no.
I'm fucking with you.
The last one's gonna be crazy. The last one's not gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be
All
cool.
right.
Anthony Black is my second standout.
We
Man,
kind of we like keep talking because we didn't talk too much about him earlier.
Anthony Black, he two things that he's had to work on, and then I don't see a place where he doesn't take the starting job in Orlando before the
He's
half
got to start.
before like I don't think he'd start immediately, but I don't see a start. I don't see a world where he doesn't take the starting job before All-Star break happens. He needs better counters. His handles is again his handle is kind of little like jerky. He has like a jerky handle.
Yeah,
Um,
but like not in like but it's not, but it doesn't create enough space because Harden and Luke are like the two big example of guys who have like a really weird handle, but it works because of the timing and whatnot. Not quite there with Anthony Black.
but everything else, his rotations, his jumper, he showed flashes in his jumper.
Yeah,
He showed
he's
flashes.
got a. He's the smartest guy in this draft.
Yep, yep, that's what I was saying. He he reads things so well, and it translates on both offense and defense. It shows
Mhm.
it shows that he from day one he shows that he's the guard that Paulo needs to set him up and Franz. So the
Yeah,
play can be off them so much. It just shows that he is a tier above as in a playmaker and a processor than for me, everybody on that Magic team who's the guards. Um, that's me for Ant Black.
definitely. My second guy is also someone like a lot of us have been talking about, Keontae George.
Go
This
ahead.
when the shot,
Go
we've
ahead.
known this, but when the shot falls, wow! And the shot's been falling for a lot of summer league, we'll call it. He's just awesome. And he's getting assists too, a lot of assists, which that was shocking to me. Um, the fact that he's creating for himself and others is
His shot making is so much there.
yeah,
His shot making,
borderline scary too that he's creating for himself and others.
man, man. I
He's going to be an offensive beast.
oh
Maybe
man,
not this year, but
you
in
can
a few
see
years, he's going to be a beast on the offensive end.
you can see the flashes, you can see the confidence, you can see everything. It just and he showed to be more athletic than he was in college too. Like
Mhm.
it might be the hair, I don't know, but boy, he showed the athleticism. And I'm like, shit, you got it like that, motherfucker? It was
Yeah,
great. It was great. It was great to see him put on the show. Um,
yeah. Just also real quick, t shout out to, what's his name? OKC. $1 million move, one-stop finish. Point guard, 6'3".
hey man,
Yeah, Trey Man. I was thinking Jones, something Jones. No,
Mhm.
Trey Mann. Shout out to him for one of the best dunks of summer league. That was insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
My last guy
mhm.
hurt. This gonna hurt a little bit to say. My
Oh,
last, I think I'm torn between the two because it doesn't have to be rookies, but I think I'm gonna go with him just to keep it on the rookie train.
I
Cam
mean,
Whip. Oh my
Ken
god.
Whitmore. Hold on. Who's the first one? Who's the first one?
My
Who's
first
the
was
other one? Who's the other one you were gonna say?
it was gonna be Jabari Smith,
Oh,
but
Jabari was awesome. Uh, he looks way more comfortable. I was really impressed. Uh, that's really all there is to it.
I'm going with
And
Cam.
then Cam Whitmore is
How did he fall?
freak athlete, man.
Did he fall? Like I'm glad my Pistons got a star. But how did he fall? Like how did the Heat pick him up? How did the Lakers not pick him up? How did a lot of teams just say, "Hey"? Like I understand the
How did
medical.
the Jazz not say, okay, we're rebuilding? Nah.
I can see why you
In
said
fairness, Keontae George was also awesome. But
I can see why you say the medical issues because he is missing cartilage. If I'm not wrong, it's cartilage in his knee, which is a big thing.
oh, I
Which is
didn't know that.
yeah, which is a big thing. Um,
That look at Lonzo Ball.
but boy, because you can see the difference, the immediate difference when he jumps off a two versus one. But oh boy, defensively he was.
Defensively, he was way better than I thought he'd be. I thought he'd be one of those guys that like he has to develop because obviously he has all the tools. It's just about like using them because I thought he'd be a bad defender for the first few
I
years.
didn't, I didn't expect that. I expect him to be a solid defender.
Eight steals is probably a little bit inflated for his actual ability.
100% is a, but
That's but he's not a bad defender at
not
all.
I don't know. You've seen the focus and you've seen the dedication of him on defense, and the shot making was there. Like you've seen step backs, you've seen pull ups, you've seen posters. The 3 level scoring really flashed. It really pops. The
Mhm.
only thing you need to see him work on better is becoming a better decision maker and a better passer because that shit is dead. That right now is dog shit. Besides,
He's we were just talking about those guys who process the game really well. He's not one of them.
he's the type to be like, I'm a black hole when I get in, but I'm a bucket also. So
Yeah,
it's a double edged sword with it, but
he
you
was
love
cool. Yeah,
for the value of
but
the
there
pick.
were moments like when he was just every time he passed the ball, I think I was a little bit surprised. I'm not gonna lie,
That's a
but
fact. That's a fact.
he did pass the ball a little bit, so he was like a complete black hole, which is good.
But boy, he was a black hole, boy. I'll tell you that he was definitely a black hole on Florida. But
It was,
he
but it
wasn't
wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
it was as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, my last one, and I kind of want to do two and one because of his performance today. Demoy Hodge was awesome,
Oh,
Mizzou guy. Uh, 7 3-point makes and 5 steals. That is Demoy Hodge. Um, he's awesome. Just 3-and-D. The Lakers. I'm really not glad they signed him, but glad someone saw it and signed him to a two-way deal. And we go to the other Mizzou guy in LA, Kobe Brown. 7 3-point makes the other day. He scored like 37 points, was it?
mm-hmm.
He's awesome, man. I didn't think he'd ever be able to make that many threes in a game. Because, like, he was a low volume efficient 3-point shooter.
Uh-huh.
He was willing to take that many threes. Hey, that's
Listen,
awesome. And he was attacking some closeouts pretty well. It's translating better than I thought it would. It really is. I thought it'd take a second because he's not the most athletic guy. Let's be real. He's kind of like Grant Williams in that way when he attacks closeouts, but he's more athletic. So, and he's a better at processing the game. better
Mhm.
passer. So
It was
I'm
a
thoroughly impressed.
I'm just saying this in general. It was a good summer league all around. It
It
was
was a really good summer league.
a lot of people showed out, and there was no performance where I was like, "Oh, that's a bad performance." Even like that,
I
even
mean, other than like the Brandon Miller when he had as many points as he did fouls, but
and even then, you seen
how much of that can you blame on him versus
the roster,
how horrific that roster was for him?
right? But man, that was a good summer league.
No, it's a good summer league.
I was happy about it. Actually, after we're done recording, I missed the Pistons and Pacers, and I missed the Spurs game. So I'm going to watch it when I'm going to sleep. So that's going to be can't wait for it. Can't wait for it.
But
So,
we have been recording for about an hour.
so
So
you know what that means?
any other points you want to
No,
make?
not at all. I
I'm
think
good. Usually we go to like an hour 20, so this is actually probably good. I'm not gonna lie, I've been up since 3 because I couldn't fall back asleep. You got on me on Twitter, you bastard. Anyway, thank you for listening to another episode of the Game Time Review podcast. Make sure you follow our socials. The links will be in the description. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube, drop a follow, and rate 5 stars if you're on Spotify. Leave a like if you're on YouTube. Share the podcast if you're feeling generous. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, real quick, do you have a song or album?
not for this pod. No,
I
not for
do. I've
go.
got the Scare and the Hose DLC is awesome. Um, guess what? We back.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was
It's
going. Yep,
awesome. It's
yep.
such a good song. And then also no 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 is really good. It's 32 no's. It's
No way you counted the nose.
yeah,
No way you did. Oh my god.
yeah, I did.
That's
I,
that's
yeah,
what we,
that's awesome. And also my favorite song that's been dropped over the past little bit, Smoke Break Dance by Mick Jenkins and Jid. So good. So good.
I feel it.
Just a vibe. 100% recommend listening to it.
Let me something real quick. Oh,
What's that?
you go hit me for this. You gotta change this. Oh man, you
I
can't.
can't I can't see it.
Oh man.
Oh, my profile. Nope. For legacy reasons,
You gotta change it, bro.
I can't do it, bro.
Marcus is no longer. You gotta change.
Marcus, I still love you. Don't make me sad, man. It
And that's
still
how
hurts.
podcast.
Still hurts, man.
Oh man, but
All right.
thank you guys for watching, for real, and thank you for the listen. Like Alex said, we're just 5 stars on every other platform, and I think we're out.
Yeah. Peace.